favorite people are here. Okay, a couple of announcements. First things first, Sunday brunch with patrons is supposed to be just for patrons, and I set it for public last week. No, well, I didn't set it for public. I forgot to, like, public is the default setting. I forgot to set it as unlisted. So I'm sorry for that. It was so awesome to have those of you who came in there. So please don't feel like I don't want you there. It's just, patrons pay for that content. So anyway, that is now unlisted. So if you missed it between Sunday and now, sorry, but you could become a patron. That'd be fine. Also, some of you may notice that you have wrenches. Those were like the first. That was taken out of the first few people who were here, where I could go on YouTube and make that happen. And that happened actually because of Sunday. Sunday, we had some trolls come in who were being disrespectful of other people in the chat. And, I don't really care what's said about me. I care very much that things are kept civil, within the chat. And I think it was Never Again. It might have been at Juror. Maybe it was Aunt Juror. Anyway, someone said to a person who apologized after they were timed out, said, it's fine, just don't be a dick. And that's pretty much it. Like it's Whedon's rule up here. Like just don't be a dick. It's fine. I don't care if people disagree about ideas. That's good. Do that. I don't care if they discuss that. But ad homs, personal attacks, things like that are not okay. And I know, and everyone I see in the chat right now, I know that you know this. I'm totally preaching to the choir, but if anybody comes in and they're making anyone uncomfortable or anybody feels harassed, those of you with wrenches, feel free to time that person out, because that's not okay. All right. So, I do want to acknowledge everybody who's in the chat. There's a lot of you here today, and thank you so much. First, though, I'm going to thank my patrons, starting with my very first patron, the Lone Wanderer. We've got a bit of tea in Danish. Captain Kimothy, the Bold. Mark Caesar. Santi the Sane. Microraptor. Ox. Godless Granny. And the Lavender Lady. And thank all of you so much. I've been emailing people that I patronize because, not patronize, that's one of those words that's very different depending on how you pronounce it. That's not a word. Pronounce it. There are some things that, some podcasts and even some of you that of whom I'm a patron. And if you didn't get money from me this week, I don't know what is going on. I've talked to Patreon. I've talked to my bank. Patreon did not accept my card. It was declined even though the money was there. And my bank is like, we don't know what the problem is. Everything should be fine. Your card is fine. It's working everywhere else. I don't know what's going on. So kind of a bummer for me. I'm missing some extra content that I enjoy having during the week, but it's more of a bummer, I imagine, for the people that I support. So if you are one of those folks and you I see two folks in the chat right now that I am a patron of on Patreon. It's not that I've pulled my support or had to pull my support, because the wonderful thing about having patrons of my own is that it kind of turns into this big tip jar that just sort of goes around in our group. So I haven't had to pull my support from anyone because some of you are also supporting my channel. So thank you all so much. You're wonderful. And if you didn't get your payment from me this month, I am so sorry. I have a work order in with Patreon. I don't know what's going on with that. Waiting to hear. It's been over a week now. Okay. In other news, Junk Shop Library, as you know, or probably know or may not know, had to have a tooth extracted yesterday. And so they will be back tomorrow, in theory. They're a lot better today. than they were yesterday. But it's still quite painful, and they have to watch what they eat. They're still having to be very careful with it. So, but that's up to them. I don't have any. As far as I know, they don't plan to cancel anything tomorrow. I just wanted to let y'all know that they are doing well. It went very well. It's just the healing process now. Oh, Godless Scummer says, I'm still trying to figure out Patreon. You and me both, brother. Seriously. I don't know what the fuck that was about. Okay. All right. So I'm going to quick hello to everybody in the chat. Let's see. We got Amiga Nuts doing all the links. Thank you, Amiga Nuts. Please do that. I appreciate it. Critical Cripple Dave, hugs, my friend. Junie the Apostate, so good to see you, as always. New friend, relatively new friend of the channel, but we have a lot of fun and a lot of people side chats. She won me over quickly, I'll put it that way. Purple Rhymes with Orange, always good to see you, man. Oh, you're working, so AFK. Okay, no problem. Don't worry about it. Just always nice to see you. Never Again, same as it ever was. That's a song that I'm going to try not to sing now because it's copyrighted. Okay. Robert X, hello. Aw. Okay. I'm not pulling that up, but that is hilarious. All right. And of course, Godless Scummer Jeff, always a pleasure, my friend. Godless Granny, hello. And Godless Granny has a show tonight at 7 p.m. It's going to be very good. I'll be a mod in the chat. So if you're not in the show and or already planning on coming, that's at 7 p.m. Central Time, U.S. Central Standard Time, which would make it 8 p.m. Eastern, U.S. Eastern Standard Time. I have no idea what that means for folks like Robert X and Jeff and Microraptor, other than really inconvenient, I think. But yeah, come if you can to Godless Granny's channel tonight. It should be good. I'm looking forward to it. Hey, a bit of tea in Danish. So good to see you. Oh, and it looks like Amber Schofield's in the chat too. Hey, Amber. Hey, darling. Mark Caesar. Did I say your name already? I don't know. Hi. I don't care. Hello again. Let's see. Mr. Nielsen. Yay. Cool. We got both the Danes in the house. And Microraptor, of course, mentioned you a second ago, but not specifically. Hello, my friend. It's always good to see you. And let's see. I think I said Never Again. All right. And at this point, if I'm missing anyone, I apologize. I'm scrolling way far back in the chat just to make sure. Oh, the Lone Wanderer. Hey. Lone Wanderer's Bunker. And Word of the Day has started back up. That's super cool. I learned a new word today, so I'm excited about that. So check out Lone Wanderer's channel. All right. So, hey, this is Wine and Reason. I'm Julie, and I don't have any good news for you today. So let's just squash those expectations now. Just, this is how Southern women have survived for hundreds of years in the U.S. To quote Steel Magnolias, we keep our expectations low. Okay, it's just, yep. So as always, kind of my brand. Hey, Spooky Bear, kind of my brand. I'm gonna bring everybody down for a minute, but not entirely. I saw some of you talking about vaccination schedules in the chat before we started. And that is absolutely our topic today. And I know we're all desperate to be vaccinated. Everybody in here, I think, now if someone has an allergy or has a medical condition that prevents them from being vaccinated, they're depending on us to get vaccinated for their safety. And I actually have a niece who falls into that category, who is still a teenager. So if you can get vaccinated, please do. But we all know that it's going to be a while for most of us. Most of us are looking at, for Junk Chop and I, for example, it will probably be next fall before we're vaccinated. It will probably be almost a year from now. So, yeah, so I'm just going to bring this up. This is the weekly update. Now, this is an email update that I get from the mayor of my city. I linked it in the comments below. I linked it in the description below. Sorry. And it is, I really like our mayor. You guys know how I feel about Governor Bill Lee. He makes me angry on a regular basis. Our mayor actually is a pretty good guy, and he tries to do the best he can for us Memphians. So I'm gonna yeah. So this is our mayor's, not our governor's, our mayor's newsletter kind of to the city. And he puts it out weekly. And this one is entitled A Grim Milestone. And he starts out with letting us know that at this point we've lost 1,003 people in my county to COVID-19, which is awful. And I know I told you guys a couple of weeks ago that our state, hey, crazy catnip, I'm sorry, not just the state of Tennessee, but particularly my county in Tennessee was the epicenter for the pandemic for the entire world for a minute there. Nashville has also been, and Knoxville has also been that. So my state's not doing great with this. Which leads me back to Governor Bill Lee. He might want to rethink some of his policies. Hey, Harmonica Man. All right, so I am grumpy old dude. Oh, so good to see you. Oh, honey. Yeah, this is important to remember, y'all. I'm so scared to get it again. I don't know if I can make it through a second time. Sir, that is absolutely, sorry. It felt weird to call you sir because I think of you as a peer, but it was just this automatic thing. Sorry, raised in the South, can't help it. Anyway, point is, grumpy old dude, I love you, and just keep yourself safe, please. Your beautiful wife here is in the chat, Amber, and I'm sure she prefers it if you were here as opposed to not. Grumpy old dude has had it. He's had COVID-19. And he had it way earlier last year, so he's no longer immune. And that must be terrifying. I can only imagine, how that must feel. Like you're trying so hard not to get reinfected because something we've identified, at least 8? I think it's more than that now. Dave, let me know if that really super, super contagious strain that they have in your patch is like, strain number 9 or whatever, but I know at least 8 strains of this virus exist, and people who've had COVID-19 tend to only be immune for about 3 months, and then after that they can catch it again. So it's very scary indeed. No, Jeff. Let me explain why. Okay. Here's the thing. Here's the thing with the sir and the miss shit. All right. So Jeff asked a valid question because I brought it up. I opened the door. Should we act like Southern gentlemen and call you Miss Julie? Please do not, because if you do, I will fall into my teacher voice. That's what'll happen. Is I'll start talking to you all like you're my students, and you're not. You're my peers, and that is different. It's Okay, yeah, yours has actually, yes, Critical Cripple, you're absolutely correct. I read that the other day. Yeah, that particular strain is in the United States now. Yeah, you're right. It's not just in the UK anymore. And no blame, man. Diseases do what they're gonna do. Like viruses are viruses. They're gonna virus. Like we can't, yeah. It's not like unclean or anything like that. But yeah, it's yeah, so sometimes I slip into the sir and ma'am thing because I was raised that way and I can't always help it. Yeah, please don't Critical cripple. Dave, no. Just no. Go back to your book. This is what prompted that, just so you all know. What time is our break today? Well, maybe when you finish your assignment. All right, I'm done. Okay, Mark, okay. That strain is in Australia too, being handled though. Yeah, Australia has done great. It really. No, Lone Wanderer, don't encourage them to say Miss Julie. God damn it. All right. Look, I gave up teaching because it got really hard, and I'm afraid of mass shootings. Okay, so all right. And oh wow, it's in Denmark. Okay, so it's everywhere. It is just, this strain is officially. Hey, Wild Eden. Wild Eden says, I heard about even another variant that's in South Africa and spreading. Okay, fun. Oy vey. Yep. So Mr. Nilsson, yeah, the Mr. Nilsson and Linda both confirmed that it's in Denmark as well. Anyone heard about the new strain coming out of Brazil? From Brazil? No, I have not. I'll let y'all. Whew, more wine, damn it, says Harmonic Man. You're not freaking kidding. Jesus. All right, let me go back and get through some of this information. Oh, Microraptor, don't worry about being half distracted, hun. You do what you need to do, lady. It's okay. Let's see. Crazy crap. I'm so sorry. Crazy catnip. That was a slip of the tongue. I am so sorry. Says, my husband got his first vaccine this morning. Hopefully I'll be eating my thing. Yes. For those of you who don't know, correct me if I'm wrong, Crazy catnip, but your husband is in the service. Is that correct? Okay. I'll just leave you there for a second. Oh, that's well put. Thank you, thank you, Robert X. Hashtag don't say Miss Julie unless you have to. Yeah, if you really want to get my attention, you can say Miss Julie. Otherwise, hey, Sam. It's really good to see you. Yeah, so, Wild Eden, I think it's Wild Eden. Oh, Microraptor is I'm playing a game, so nothing I need to do. Well, you do what you want. You can listen to me while you play a game. I don't care. Well, a testing time for humanity indeed, but for some silly reason, I'm optimistic we will pull through it. Honestly, the first thing I started doing last year when all of this, started, at least for us, when us Americans finally heard about it, I started watching. I've been obsessed with the Black Death since I was a kid, a very morbid imagination. And I started watching every documentary I could find about the 1918 flu pandemic and about the plague in Europe, and everything like that. And it actually kind of helped. It was weird. I mean, it wasn't great for my anxiety, but it helped in the sense of perspective. Like I was thinking, okay, we've survived these things before as a species. Now the question is, what do I need to do to survive as an individual? And things like that. But it is, yeah. Dave's. Oh, Dave. I love you, man. I heard Dave's ball had a strain. Yeah, might be why it popped. I don't know. Oh gosh, I was there that day. It was so upsetting. And then the second you said I'm okay, I couldn't help it. I burst out laughing. I did, Dave. Love you. Hugs. Just glad you weren't terribly hurt. Okay, so I need to get to this information. All right, you guys are distracting me with fun stuff, and I'm trying to give you sadness. What is that? All right. So, so the mayor goes on a bit, and then in terms of vaccinations, the mayor's office is getting a lot of questions about vaccinations. Now, to give you some idea, in the United States, at the time that this email was drafted, which was January 8th, so a few days ago, 6.25 million Americans had been vaccinated. Now, the problem there is we have a population of 331 million, so that is only 1.9% of the total United States population vaccinated. In Tennessee, 180,000 people have been vaccinated. Tennessee has a population of 6.8 million, and that's 2.6%. So that's a little higher than the overall national average, but still. In my own county, 24,700 vaccinated. Those were first responders, people in nursing homes and working, and nurses in nursing homes, and medical staff, as far as I know. Those are the only people who've had access to the vaccine thus far. Our population in the county is 938,000, and so again, that's 2.6%. The problem is that in our current reported numbers, we have 613 confirmed cases, and that is okay. Hang on, let me explain this, because the numbers are they're confusing for me. I'm sure they're not for everyone, but so COVID-19 hospitalizations have increased 105% in my state over the last 60 days. Now, I think I know the reason for that. I think a lot of that lies with the fact that, A, we were not put on lockdown again, even though we had already been the epicenter of, percentage-wise, per capita-wise, of the pandemic in the world. We weren't put on actual lockdown until the 26th, so they waited until the day after Christmas. B, people are just fed up, and they threw a bunch of people through New Year's parties. They don't subscribe to my channel, and they didn't listen when people told them to stay home for New Year's and not do this shit. And C, Governor Bill Lee, and hey, Jesus Wizard Spatula, always nice to see you. Governor Bill Lee has made an exemption, and he's keeping it, even with the lockdown right now, that religious gatherings and weddings, and if I'm not mistaken, funerals as well, which, just enjoy that bit of situational irony for a second. No masks, no social distancing, and no limit to how many people can do that. Restaurants are still allowed to operate. They just have to operate at 25% capacity. And look, y'all, I get it. I've been laid off since July. I know how hard it is. Oh, thank you, Crazy Catnip. I know how hard it is to be out of work. And I've worked in restaurants. I worked my way through college in restaurants. I was back of the house mostly, but like, oh shit, did my stream just crash? Because I'm frozen on my screen. Can you all still hear me? Let's see. What is with my webcam? Okay, you can hear me. Okay, great. Thank you, Jeff. Still got audio. All right. Well, I'm gonna take. I don't have a thing. The video is frozen though. That's such an unfortunate place for it to be frozen as well. I don't like that. Oh well. Okay. Well. Oh damn it! I'm sorry. That pulled me right out of the moment. Where were we? Where were we? We were talking about dagnabbit. All right. Oh, okay. Yeah. So, yeah, thank you guys for letting me know you can hear me and stuff. Junie the Apostate says, I've been to the cemetery and see signs of limiting to 10 people per gathering. Very little follow it. Okay, that's good. I was at funerals. Thank you, Jump Shop. Thank you, sweetheart. Okay, so yeah. Try turning the camera off and on again. Yeah, let me do that. I'll give it a shot. Oh, hey. Aw, I know that face. I'm rather fond of that face. It's not mine, but I'll leave it up there for a second. Yeah, we were in the harmonicas. Man says we were in the middle of dumb shit being allowed. Yeah, exactly. I was talking to my mother about this yesterday, about the wedding thing, and how one of our closest friends, like this was these people. They're our friends, Kim and Bill. I'm not gonna say their last names, but our friends Kim and Bill. Kim was Junk Shop's best man at our wedding because they've been best friends for years, and her husband Bill was an usher at our wedding, and they're close friends is why I bring that up. And I've done the whole pretty princess day twice now. Like we had a much second time around. I knew like what was bullshit and what wasn't. So we cut the cost way down and had a much smaller wedding, and kind of did exactly what we wanted. But I still had the dress and stuff, and it was fun. But the whole, so I get it. I get the I want to have my pretty princess day wedding with all of my relatives. I want my whole community to be there and be a part of it. I get that as a human need. So I was talking to my mom about this, and my mom says, thanks, Robert X. So my mom says, yeah, but here's the thing. You can get married at the courthouse, and you can have a reception anytime afterwards. And she was and my mom, she's using 1950s and 60s etiquette in her head. So she's like, it is not even remotely necessary to do this whole thing where you have the big wedding with all the relatives and everyone there and nobody wearing masks, and it's completely unsafe. And it's just so fucking obnoxious that people that the governor is allowing it, and B, that people aren't thinking for themselves and being intelligent. Because and again, like I said, I was talking to my mom and I said, yeah, why, let's have a big wedding and possibly kill grandma. Is that what you want? It really? So Microraptor says, at a wedding, you're celebrating a particular couple's love, which might mean neither or maybe both wants to be a pretty princess. Thank you. Oh, fair, Microraptor. I'm sorry. You're absolutely right. Fair. I was speaking from a very stereotypical feminine point of view, and you are absolutely correct. Yeah, maybe nobody wants to be a pretty princess, and honestly, nope, I'm not going to tell you that. That is nope, not telling you that thing. Okay, Jesus Wizard Spatula says, I personally spoke to my cousins and the few people I know that got sick and got better. Please don't forget, one vaccine doesn't cure things that have always evolved, including mold. Yeah, fair enough. Hey, Brainbug. Hi, Brian. So good to see you. Yeah, Jesus Wizard Spatula has an excellent point. A vaccine is not a cure. And hopefully we all know how those work. If you don't know how vaccines work, look them up, but I'm sure you all do. It seems patronizing to even say that to y'all. But yeah, so goodness gracious. I have a big ass glass of wine here and I don't know if it's enough. Okay, so to give you, just to get through this really sad information. So basically, this is what's happened over the last 60 days. We're getting new cases. In the last 7 days, we had an average of 543 confirmed cases. This is a moving average, so that's something in statistics that that is, I believe, and please correct me if I am wrong, it's a projection to an extent based on previous data. But I may be very incorrect about that. I didn't take stats in college because I suck at math. We also are, what strikes me the most about this information is that 105% of hospitalizations in the last 60 days. Now, the city is providing free testing. Or they did rather in December, and they're going to again. They did the first week of January, and they're going to the 21st through something of January. Oh, Robert X, you don't have to be a pretty princess. It's fine. I feel weird now that I said that. Sorry. Junie the Apostate. My Christian mother recently called just to tell me she wants to save money for a wedding for me because I'm living in sin. I told her only if she approves of same-sex marriage. Yeah, go, Junie. Oh, well done, honey. That's hard. I know that's hard. Dude, I know. Okay, look, Mark Caesar, 105%. Yes, you suck at math. Yeah, I do, but that's not my percentage. I understand that you shouldn't be able to have more than 100%. But basically, what I think that means, hey, Paul Camish, what I believe that 105% in the last 60 days means is that is how overwhelmed our hospital system is. Now, let me know if you are schooled in statistics and that is incorrect, but that's how I'm reading it. And I can tell you that at least from my niece, one of our nieces is a nurse here in town, and they have I know. It's okay. Oh, Mark, I'm not mad at you. It's totally cool. Yeah. Okay. Mark just said, come on. I jumped at the chance to joke at your expense. Yeah, no, of course. You're Australian. That just means we're friends as far as I know. Harmonica man says, my house is too small for me to be married. That's fine. It's not for everyone. And this is a good thing to know about yourself. By the way, it's good to know if you're the marrying kind or not, because not everyone is, and not everyone has to do that or should do that. Robert X, 207% agree. Oh, and Brain Bug is comforting. Well, either being comforting by Dave or comforted by Dave or comforting Dave. I'm not sure. Either way, love you guys. Yeah, and sin does rule. I will go back to what Junie the Apostate said, though. There was a moment when I was living with the second time I lived, like when I was living with Junk Shop before we got married. At that point, my parents were like, "You're in your 30s. We don't fucking care." But when I lived with a boyfriend when I was in college, they pulled that, living in sin stuff, and my mom. They were careful though, because at that point I was the last of 4 and the other 3 had moved far away. And so my parents were, they were being a bit different with me. They were trying not to be quite so rigid, and because they were worried that maybe, they didn't, they didn't drive anyone away. It's just different. Purple, I'm going to read your comment in 1 second. So anecdote really quickly. My mom came over to see my new apartment. I told her, oh, and this is the bedroom. And she turned to the bathroom, away from the bedroom, and said, I'll see that. And she pointed in the vicinity of the bedroom. She said, I'll see that when it's legal. And I was like, okay. But that's all she said about it. So kudos for her. Okay, so Purple Rhymes with Orange says, for a hospital, 105% means all beds are full, and they have, I'm sorry, this chat is jumping so fast, And they have started using storage rooms and utility spaces to house patients. Holy shit. Thank you, Purple. And also, I want to state that my niece also told me that they have an entire ward shut down because they don't have enough staff who aren't out sick with COVID-19 to run it. So that's very problematic. Oh, Junie's been vaccinated. Cool, but still wear a mask and physically distance. Also, no more handshaking. Yeah, I agree. Crumpy old dude says, technically, I'm married to a college student. Makes me feel like a dirty old dude. Amber, good on you for going back to school, though. I know how hard that is. But I got to tell you, girl, like when I taught college, my best students were what they call adult or returning students, and these are people who basically like had gone out, lived lives, possibly raised children, and then came back to get a degree. And they were always my best students because they knew what they wanted, they were serious, and they weren't, doing keg stands every Friday and Saturday night. Critical Cripple cackles evilly. I don't know why, but I like it. Paul Cameron said, I was an atheist. I was on the Atheist Roundtable yesterday. Oh, Atheist Becomes a Christian. Check it out. Yes, I will absolutely check that out. And Amiga, I'm sorry to bother you because you're already being so amazing with the links. But if you can drop a link to that video in the chat, everyone would appreciate it. If you can't, that's okay. But if you can, that'd be amazing. Yeah, I would, Purple, I would go to college now too if I could. Actually, if I could do it without adding to my already astronomical student loan debt, I would absolutely do it just because I don't know what else to do at this point. I'm just desperately trying to find a new job. Godless Scummer's got two kind of scary devil faces, so I'm not sure if something cool happened or if something bad happened. I don't know. I do think your behavior is wholesome, Brainbug, always. That's all I'm going to say about that. Okay. So what do you guys think? How are things where you are? I think I said that Junk Shop and I, we're just regular civilians. So it will probably be anywhere from September to November of 2021 before we can get vaccines. Because yay. So what's up? No, none of us are normal, Microraptor. That's why we're all amazing. This would definitely be the Freaks and Geeks table in high school. I firmly believe that because they're the best people anyway. Like, why would you want to hang out with normal people? They're boring. All right. So seriously, what do you guys think in the chat? Like, how is it where you are? What's going on? Okay, Robert X and a bit of TN Data Insurance, some kind of weird thing happening that I'm not going to comment on because I don't know what's going on there. Having a little inside joke with Ed, Godless Scummer says. Okay, cool. Define normal. I don't know. Godless Scummer. I would say, I don't know. To me, normal has always kind of meant boring, which isn't fair, but it's kind of a defense mechanism because I was bullied quite badly all through school, like from kindergarten up as a small child, and I never understood what it was about me that was so very different from all of the other kids that so many of them seemed to dislike me and want to treat me badly and punch me in the stomach while I was trying to sharpen my pencil or something like that in the classroom. I never really understood that. And thank you, Paul, for dropping the link to the Tart Show. So So yeah, I basically, just found other kids. I was nice, and I found other kids who were smart, and other kids who were weird, and other kids who, weren't considered cool. And before I knew it, at some point in middle school, the cool kids had their table, but there were like 12 kids at that table. We had like 3 tables, and there were 20 of us. So very quickly, you start to realize that, if you're more open and you're more accepting of different types of folks, you make a lot more friends. So, oh, go study, Amber. Do great. You're gonna be amazing. Hugs, hugs. Okay. So yeah, that's I don't precisely know the definition of normal. Sorry, just read Robert X's comment about eating bricks. But I certainly know that it's not normal is not something I've ever identified as. Godless Scummer said I was bullied for years at school. I found a rounder's bat was a good cure for that. That's a problem. Yeah, see, I suck at physical fighting. I suck at it. Oh, Never Again is listening and making dinner has calmed frazzled nerves. Thank you, Julie and friends. Oh, Never Again, we love you. I'm so glad this was calming for you. Critical Cripple says normal is me. It's the rest of the world that's fucking crazy. Yeah, I know. Well, exactly. It's like my governor, for example, Billy, the guy that I rail against constantly because he's such a fucking idiot. Not an idiot. He's selfish. He cares much more about businesses, money, and getting Republican, God-fearing Christian Southern votes than he does about actual human life. And at this point, the man has fucking blood on his hands because of the way he's handled the pandemic just in our state. But no, not but. And he's just awful. And he's clean cut, and he wears a suit, and he says he goes to church, and he is just your pasty average white guy. And that's kind of what normal has started to mean for me. It's like nothing I want to be. Something awful and boring and also a bit callous. No, Godless Granny, you are not normal. You broke 9 kinds of glass ceilings. My state didn't elect Mitch McConnell. That was Kentucky. I was born there, but I don't live there. But yeah, Kentucky did re-elect Mitch McConnell. God damn it. And Granny, you have every right to be upset about it. I am too. So are all of my family. Well, not all of my family. I'm sorry. So are my aunts and my godmother's son. A bunch of my old friends from Kentucky are very upset about that as well because they did not want Mitch McConnell reelected. Let's see. Nope. Sorry, I was just reading Junie the Apostate's quote, and I was like, nope, I am not. It is, yeah. Tennessee is definitely very close to Kentucky. Dangerously close. This is true. We're right underneath. All right. Well, we've only been going 45 minutes, but I think I'm going to wrap it up here, guys, because I don't have much else to say, except, never again. Here I am, stuck in the middle with you. Okay, sorry, I'm sure I was flat at the start there. Anyway, all right, everybody. So final thoughts. final whatevers, please show up to Godless Granny's stream tonight. And if there's anything else going on between that, between then and now, sorry, Amiga Nuts has already shilled it because Amiga Nuts is the bomb and amazing. Yeah, go and watch Dave's stream in 45 minutes. Yes. Am I on there? I don't think I'm on there. I have it written down. What's today? Today's Tuesday. Nope, I'm not on there. I'm on Critical Questions tomorrow, I think, but not today. Yeah, but I will be in the chat. Yeah, so go watch Dave's stream in 45 minutes. And until then, everybody, just be well, be safe. Oh, I'm on very early tomorrow morning. Okay, good to know. Thank you, Dave. Oh, that's right. Yeah, tomorrow's early in the morning. Okay, cool. I can do it. Early in the morning and late at night, 2 dead boys got up to fight. Nope. Stop with the rhyming. Okay. Thank you, grumpy old dude. Be safe, everybody. We love you guys. And remember, you can't find truth in wine, but you may find it in reason. And take it easy. Dave has a channel. Robert X.